Yeah, hello everybody. Good morning. Please confirm if I'm clearly audible. Okay. The screen also visible and legible, moving, no stills, right? Okay. Very fine. Okay, guys. I left you with a question yesterday. Were you able to do it? Okay. Fantastic to see that many of you came. Okay. Some of you are clear enough that couldn't be concluded. Well, this is one typical question. I don't know. You tried, you couldn't conclude. That's perfectly fine. But you people gave it a fair try. You, you people tried with your sincere best. That's that's what the intention was. Now, the structure which I will go through today is today itself. I am going to take a few questions, few queries for first some 10-15 minutes. Then there is some theoretical concepts which we will walk through. And meanwhile, in between somewhere, I will take up the questions of that word schema, the world database, which I give you for practice, right? So keeping aside the word schema questions, any other questions regarding some clause or regarding some concept so far, not the word schema questions. I will come to that later, but for now.
Hello, good morning, sir. So could you please explain the difference between having clause and where clause? Like where to use having and
Mhm.
where to use. I know how where to use the where clause, but just can you please tell me the difference between having and where,
Uh,
the usage of the clause?
okay. So this is question by Nikhil. Having versus where clause. So, I'm noting these things down so that others can also pay attention to. Others may have similar questions. That is why somebody also dinged me yesterday for a particular query. So maybe this is the time. The same question as yours. Somebody else may also be having the same query. So it will be good for others too. I can left join. Okay. Can we use left and right with multiple tables? Okay, since Ashu, your question is just yes or no, I'm telling you upfront. Yes, you can use left join and right join with multiple tables too, as long as it is not ambiguous. Okay, fine. Okay, okay. Let's do it this way. Let's take up joins first. Joins are fetching too many questions. You people must have read set theory. There are two set of values and what's possible between them. There may be some common ground and there may not be some common ground. Right? So in my table, that was the idea of joining two tables. Joins. I cannot have one single master table. I will have to have a schema. We have seen that already. Having one complete master table is not practical, not feasible every time. So it is always a good idea to have diversified tables, and they are in form of a schema. A schema is what? A schema is basically a skeleton. A schema is a basic, root structure by which these tables can come together as and when required. To bring these tables together, there must be primary key and foreign key pairs. That also we know. Yes or no? There should be key pairs. Foreign value in one table should match to primary key of another table. Now we are talking about the same. In these pairs, can it be the case that we get all the values matched? among these primary foreign key pairs, can it happen that like just like you have seen, say for example, employee table, SSN column in employee table. It contains some values and SSN column in works on table from our very own example. It also contains SSN. Employee table contains SSN column. Works on table also contains SSN. And if I create inner join, it will take only those values which are available in this SSN also and this SSN also. It is not union, Aditya. Actually, mathematically, it is intersection. It is the common ground which is available in both the places. You got the idea? Now, suppose there are SSN. I'm just giving you an example. So this is what we are essentially calling inner join. Now, what will happen? Suppose there are SSNs 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 up to 10. Getting the idea? I'm just giving you an example. In employee table, there are 10 employees and we have their SSN like 1, 2, 3, 4 up to 10. In works on table, say we have SSN 1 to 10, but there is no SSN 6 here. If that be the case, what is going to be in the result table? Because I am doing inner join. Yes, Abhimanyu, by default, join means inner join. If I am not mentioning anything, it is inner join. What do you think will be the result in this case? I want inner join. I have 10 values here. I have 9 values here. I am missing a value which does not have a match. यहाँ पर है, it is here, not here. Got the idea? I will have a table which will contain all the values from A1 to 10. It will not have any record of the SSN 6. Right? Now where do the left join and right join come in? Just like we took example. Now again same scenario. You want to join employee table with works on table. They have some common ground. Common ground in the sense, yes, there are all others are matching. All others match 1 to 10. It doesn't have 6. So all others match 1 to 10. What to do about 6? If it was inner join, you will have no record of the 6 number employee. But if I say I want right join or left join, sorry, if I use it like left join, so what will happen is left join will make it mandatory that all the records of employee table will appear in the resultant table. So this becomes the case of your left join. What do you think now will happen? You want all the records of left table. You want all the records of left table, which is employee table. So what will happen? 1 to all 6 भी होगा, 6 will also be there, and 10 up to all the records 1 to 10 will appear. But the problem is your works on table, it does not have any values for this employee. What will happen? So what will happen? Suppose this was data of employee table. It is here as it is. Now the master table should have been employee table plus works on table. So okay, for 1 we have records of works on, we enter that. For 2 we enter that. For 10 we enter that. For all others we enter that. But for 6 it doesn't have record. And we wanted that all the records of left join should be there. Left table, all the records of left table should be there. So they are there. However, you don't have records in the right table for this value. So these will be null, 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 all null. The variables of works on table will become null for this value. However, value will appear. As many records are available in employee table, they will appear. So that's left join. Clear? I hope clarity on left join. Right join. Now what is right join? Right join is just the version, another version of left join. This time you may demand right join. All the records of right table should appear, whether there is a match or no. Now, how to recognize that? To an extent, you will recognize this by if you are reading the query language properly. What is your question? What the question is asking? What is demanded of you? If you read that language properly, you can identify this. If I tell you I want all the records, I want all the records of my employees along with their dependent details. But I am saying there may dependent may or may not be there, but I want all the records. What is hidden in this language? If I am saying I want details of all my employees along with their dependent details, dependents may or may not be there. What is hidden here in my language? I want, yes, you got it. Employee should be there, dependent should be there, and yeah, dependent may or may not be there. If there is no dependents, still employee should be there. So to a very fair extent, you will get it from that language. What if it is a case of this kind? Say, what if it is a case of this kind? I have a table and then there is another table. This is employee table. Say this is some other W table. I'm just taking example, just taking another scenario. It has employee number 1 to 10. It has employee numbers 2 to 11. You're getting the idea? One is here. Here there is no, not, one is not there. But at the same time, there is another problem. There is someone 11 and there is no 11 in this table. And I want records of all 11 employees. You getting the idea? If I use left join, I will get these 1 to 10, but I will not get 11. If I use right join, I will get 2 to 11, I will not get this one. So this is mathematically, yes, exactly. Mathematically, this is union, and perfectly said, Jyoti. This is called outer join or full join. So I need the common ground also, and I need those values also which have not taken a perfect match. क्या होगा अगर इस टेबल में उसके रिकॉर्ड हैं तो इधर नल होता चला जाए. अगर if I am not getting match here, it should be null here. If I am getting values here and not records here, then this should be null. Simple as that. If I am getting perfect matches, I will get these kind of rows in the result. That's all. So this is full outer join. I will need all the values possible. If there is no match, then there will be null. But I will not omit any value. Seems like a safer choice. Shubhangi, maybe I answer your query now. If you can't understand from the question whether you should use left or right or inner, maybe give it a try with full outer join and it will give you a very fair idea. It will not leave any record, so you are safe in giving the result. Want to give it a try on your question? You had a question yesterday, no? Where we used left join. Question 38. Want to try it with outer join? Give it a try. Try by yourself. Write a query. Tell me what happens. What do you think? if you mention this, someone of you have done this. You have tied with like inner join. This doesn't mean that this inner keyword will create inner join. By default, it is also inner. By default, it is inner join. It is inner join already. You don't need to mention that. What wrong? This what do you people do wrong when you are under this impression? You think we are using inner join keyword, so it will make inner join. If I use outer join, then it should create outer join. No, it doesn't work that way. Somebody was asking, I think Jagdish. Jagdish getting the idea right now. And Abhimanyu, that inner keyword does not mean anything here. Inner join, it is by default join. I type join, it will give you inner join. Left and right are keywords for join types, then it is okay. However, I am still interested that how I will get outer join, a full outer join. So none of these keywords will work for that. So there is no outer join as such, ready-made. What else can be done? Can you play a trick? Yes, we can play a trick. See what's going to happen. It is the same query. If I say left join, what is going to happen with this query? There are two tables, employee. They may have some common ground and they may have some different grounds. And then there is table dependent. I'm saying left join. What's going to happen? Common area, common data plus the data of employee table. This is going to happen, correct? What's this going to do? Think about it. This is going to fetch common area, common grounds plus all the grounds, all the records of right table, right? And you know what to do. Now you are getting it. Jyoti has nailed it. Manohar has nailed it. Now you people are getting the idea. The tricks to be played. Let's unite. Let's union the results of these two queries and I will eventually have the outer join. Okay. So I think we have employees, those don't have dependent, but there is no such dependent with respect to whom we are not provided employee name. Okay, this is but natural, it won't happen. But anyway, you are getting the full outer join. Full join or outer join, whatever you want. All good, fit and fine. Joins, clarity on joins. Yes, if you specifically need outer join, you will have to do it this way. Another confusion which is doing rounds is where and having clause. So moving on to that. So Nikhil, before I begin, or anybody those who have this confusion, you tell me first what is your idea of these two clauses? Ashu, maybe I am answering your question too. If you have a multi-way join and you are not very clear, if you are using left and right on multi-way join, you may give ambiguous query. This is your left table, this is your center table, and say this is your right table. Now, if you mention that I want to use right join here, and you mention I want to join left join here, so you may end up giving ambiguous query. There may be some ground which is not obeying this or this. So you will end up, eventually you are going to end up with outer join. Fair? So when not very clear, pay attention to the query. So these things will happen in the very rare of the rare case, but when it happens, you should go with outer join, a full join. Fine, we are good with this. Yes, Nikhil, still waiting for you. What is your idea of having and where clause? What are they doing?
Uh, so basically, I think where clause is used whenever we need to specify a condition.
Perfect.
Right, sir.
Correct.
Like answer having clause is more or less the same.
Mm-hmm.
Like to specify the condition. So that is what I'm confused, sir, in between where and
Okay.
having.
Okay.
Like
Okay.
both of
Perfect.
them is used to fetch conditions. Uh, yes, sir.
See, both are there to specify conditions. Now, where clause, just pay attention to if I am not doing this or what do I what do I want actually here? I want average salary. I want average salary of employees, but of only those employees whose salary is at least 30,000. Yes or no? This query will do just that. Yes. So how this query would be working? How this query would be working? It will go to employees table and it will implement this condition. So data will be filtered. Yes or no? I will not have entire employee table now. I will only have those records where salary is at least 30,000, equal to or more than 30,000. And then it will apply average function or that aggregate function. Yes, this is the way it works. So first identity, one of many indicators where clause can work with or without group by. It is conditioned on table, on records, on your existing table. So that's one indicator. Getting the idea? It is conditioned on the existing data.
So can you please, so can you please repeat it again?
What do you want me to repeat?
So before you said like when the indicators of where.
Okay. I am saying the indicators which will point you in the right direction, the key differences between where and having clause. What I am saying, the where clause is specifically for the condition which is on your existing table. Pay attention, it is doing the same thing. It is doing, you are going to employee table, and on employee table it is putting a condition. Nothing else. Your employee table had a salary column, and this where clause is putting a condition on salary column. Right? Pay attention to another thing, that I have not used group by, order by, anything so far. So that's another indicator where clause can work with or without group by. Here we have already seen without group by. Let's see with group by. What if I write this query this way? Tell me what is happening. Let's go into the sequence. From employee table. So employee table, we have stepped onto employee table. Next is where clause, where salary is greater than equal to 30,000. Okay. So now I don't have entire employee table. There is a condition on employee table. The salary column of employee table, it should be greater than or equal to 30,000. So now my data is subset. Now the resultant data is subset of employee table, right? So far so good. In the next step, I am saying group it by D number. So the employees who are having salary greater than equal to 30,000, now they will be grouped by department number. Okay, very fine. So I have groups for department number 1, 2, 3, and so on. And now I am saying calculate the average for each group. Where, so that's where clause. I think pretty much clear. So having clause is to provide a condition on raw data. You may or may not group by. Coming to having clause. Having clause is there to filter the data after you have done this summary. After you have done that group by thing. So first indicator is having clause will only appear if there is group by. Having clause will only be needed if there is group by. Now whether it is having clause or where clause, it will depend upon the condition. What is being asked of you. What was asked of me in this query was that among the people who draw at least 30,000 salary, what is the department-wide average? So I was asked that. So the condition came first. I need to first filter the raw data on the condition that salary should be minimum 30,000. Whereas having clause will have condition on this summary, which you have calculated now after group by. You are getting this idea? After group by, your result is a table. For where clause, the table was employee, which existed already. For having, we use the table which is created after group by, which is not in the database. This is your calculated field. For
Yes,
example,
sir, I got it, sir, now. Thank you so much, sir.
fair.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so that brings me to Well, there were not more than 3, 4 questions for people, but I think you must be having common questions regarding joints. I could see that there was very too much query. So hope the dust is settled. Okay. Shall we go back to Word database and see those questions which you are trying to practice? And well, I think it will be a good idea. Okay. The Word database, you have some tables here. The tables are city, country, country language. Anybody stuck with question one? Uh, okay, I don't think anybody got stuck with question one. Please drop me the query, somebody, those who have done it. Let's see what you people have done. It is as simple as that. How many cities in cities table? So, well, you can take the feel of the data set at hand. What is this data talking about? It is an ID column. I think it is one primary key. Then there is city name, country code, district, and the rough population. So this is the city table. Then there is a country table. It contains again, okay, several information about the countries. Then there is a country language table. Okay, it brings us to, there is country code. Then there is a language, the language popular in this country, and then there is a column which is official. Okay, whether this language is official in that country. True and false, false and true. And percentage amount for the percentage of population speaking this particular language. You see, so there are many languages in a country which are spoken. How much population is speaking which language? So that kind of thing is given. So this is the data at hand. So it is always a good idea to get a feel of the data, what you are dealing with. Fair? So can you identify the primary keys and foreign keys in these tables? In SETI, can you identify primary and foreign keys? Yes, correct. Uh, I don't know if you try to figure that out by yourself, but it is again a good idea to feel your data at hand properly. I know many of you have not done that, right? Country code is not primary key, Monarch. How come it is primary key? I think they have given an ID. It is just kind of serial number. Okay, so vaguely it is perhaps primary key. Name could also serve as primary key. I'm not very sure. I think the name of cities would be unique for each city. I'm not very sure. So they have given an ID column. So ID is definitely different for each country. So that is your primary key. Foreign key. Foreign key. Yes, country code. Country code is foreign key because country code maps with this in country table. The code is primary key of country table and city table will map based on this column. Okay. What about anything else? Anything else in country table? Okay. Primary key is code. Any foreign key? Any foreign key in country table? The code is already primary key. It is mapping with foreign key of city table. No continent. Which table it is mapping to? A foreign key essentially maps to another foreign some other table. A foreign key should map to other table. No, which other table?
Sir, there is no foreign key.
Exactly. Shivangi, you too. Country name is mapping to this column is mapping to which other table? Is there any table which will be mapped with country name? I don't think so. So instead of country code is primary key and there is no foreign key. Okay, then there is a table language, country language. We are calling it country language. And okay, what is the primary key? What is the foreign key? Get the idea right of this thing. Primary key is a column which identifies each observation of this table uniquely. I repeat and listen to it carefully before I skip your attention span. Primary key is the column whose values identify each row in a table uniquely, distinctly. That is primary key. So primary key has nothing to do with another table so far. It becomes important when we talk about foreign key. Now what is foreign key? Foreign key in a table is a column which will map to primary key of another table in cases of join. Getting the idea right? Yes, I'm trying to put the foundation stones into words for you people. So I hope you are getting these things, getting this right. Okay. So why these ideas are still shaken? I'm still saying very, haywire answers. So in this country language table, country code is what? It is not primary key. It is foreign key here. It is mapping to country code of this country table. Okay. And then there is foreign key is this. Then there is any primary key. I don't think so. There is no primary key in this table. Okay, very well. So this is the table. This is the data hand in hand. So you may be feeling boring that I am giving too much emphasis on that, but it has its own importance, and you should be
Hello.
in a habit of
Hello, sir.
this. Yes, somebody was
Hello.
Jagdish. Yes,
This is Jagdish, sir.
yes, please.
Sir, once click on country table, sir.
Country table. Here is the
Country.
country.
Just only clicking on country.
It is country table.
Just I don't need the table. Just click on the country. Just country. Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, same as a country language.
Country language.
Sir.
Mm-hmm.
Sir, in this we are getting the columns at the down country code character 3 primary key, same as language character 30 primary key. Sir, but country code is a foreign key, sir. Actually, old is the predefined already. Why the country code is getting the primary key in this one?
Okay. It is not telling you that country code is primary key, which by this it actually means that this combination, country code plus country language, if these two columns be, remember concat function, if these two columns be combined, then that will become the primary key of this country language table. As such, there is no primary key available.
Okay, sir. Can we? Okay, sir. But country code will act as a foreign key in this one, sir.
Anyway, foreign key is actually there. It is foreign key because it will map to this this these codes given in country table. No, from country language
Yes, sir.
you can combine these two tables. No, country and country language basis country codes. So it will act as foreign key. Okay.
Yes, sir. Yes.
So that is the case here.
Thank you, sir. Sir,
Okay.
Oracle, sir, I have a small query.
Yeah, sure.
Sir, another thing. Sir, last time I just tried from LMS, I tried some queries that I have like, sir, during adding a particular operation for a null cell, that means I want to add some data to the null. It is multiplication or addition or something. The final result I am getting the same result as the null value, sir.
Yes, it will be finally null.
Is it the same or it will get some?
See,
Sir, but
let's do it. Can we
offset
do
the
it
value
this way? Because if it goes like to LMS and then back and forth, if we keep on taking different exercises, everybody will not be on the same page. So maybe we can take that separately, Jagdish, right? Over a mail or a WhatsApp.
Sir, okay, sir.
Right?
Okay, sir.
Right?
Okay, sir.
Okay, very fine.
Okay, sir. Okay, sir. Thank you, sir.
Very welcome. Yes, exactly, Nitin. It can be that way. In fact, it is the way it is many a times. Mostly, you will see this. A foreign key will map to primary key of another table essentially. So when we are joining, so we are writing our query like table T join with table 2 on primary key is equal to foreign key, that kind of thing. Usually we write it that way. Just check it out, no? What you have written for employee database. You will find that you are making pairs of primary key and foreign key always. Okay, somebody's mic is on, please switch off your mic. So first query as simple as that, you wanted to count the rows from city and will that give you number of city? If you count number of rows from the table city, it will give you number of city. It will give you number of city if there is some primary key. If there are various rows for each city, then it may bounce your result. It may give wrong answer. What should be the query? What should be the one perfect query to avoid all suspicions? Counting the primary key. I think that would be a better idea. Yes. And even in the primary key, you can do a better thing. You can use distinct clause. What it will do is, even if there is some repetition, it will omit the repetition and count only the unique values. So even if there is a primary key, and even if by mistake a key is, a row is repeated for say city number 5, and there are multiple rows for city number 5, it will omit this ID 5 if it is coming multiple times. However, you get the same answer. However, you are getting the same answer, but this is the way you start thinking and you start writing the query. Okay, query number 2. Which do you need a break? Do you want to break for 5 minutes? For a few minutes? It has been 1 hour. I forgot to ask today. Need some breathing time? Yeah, it happens. So, okay, let's finish it off, this question number 2, and then we will break for a few minutes. Okay. So, it is asking which country has the highest number of cities in the database. One thing to pay attention to is, which I made mistake. Let's comment these things. If I don't comment, there are several things which are keywords, for SQL. I may run into trouble with due to these things. Which country has the highest number of cities in the database? Okay, how you have done? Manohar, you have done. Oh my goodness, Manohar, you have done in a way. Okay, let's see. Let's see. This is Manohar's query, and it says the maximum number of countries is China with 363 countries. Manohar, but do you really need this much amount of exercise? Can somebody give me a simpler version? Your query is running fine, and it is giving the result. So result is all good. Okay, here I get it. This is by Jyoti, which is select name from country, where code is equal to select max country code from city. What is that supposed to mean? Max of country code. Maximum country code will be the one. Country code is in ABC. IND for India, CHN for China, USA for states. It will be maximum for, the sky value. You see the sky value? It's Zimbabwe. Am I not audible? Clearly audible? Very fine. Okay, so there is a version of Jyoti. For now, this query is not working. However, Manohar, kudos, your query works and it is perfectly giving the result. Anybody else? Anybody else want to say something? Because I am. There is another method on the top of my head. I don't know you will agree with this or not, but it is there. You people are using various methods, and it is good to see many of you have done it. Just check this out. I would do it this way. Here in the chat box. Kind of, yes, Harika. That was I was thinking of. Seems good. Yes or no? One question, two different queries with two different mechanisms, same answer.
Alok sir, Abhimanyu this side.
Yep, Abhimanyu.
Sir, the query that you have posted in chat now, it is only showing the country code, but the question is asking which country, not which country code as the maximum number of cities.
Maybe I will have to join it for fetching the country
So
name.
in this way, yes, because sir, it will be very difficult for a person to predict the name of the country by, because China it is simple, but for other countries it could be difficult, right sir? So I don't think this would be working for the whole. You
Maybe
suggest
for
sir,
that,
what I'm saying is correct or not?
maybe for that you will have to trick this out. Maybe you will have to trick this out, but even what you are trying to do in with your country with your code, it is also not helping.
No, just check mine once. Sir.
Yes, I am checking yours. It is showing the result Aruba. It is wrong. Maybe you can play further tricks to fetch the name. I'm not going all through that because give it a try. No, country code you already have. Can you play around to fetch the country name? I will not do everything. Give it a try. I mean, your query is fine. Your question is just fine, but I don't want to, serve everything on platter. I want you people to do that. However, I was just showing you one approach. So one is by Manohar, that is perfectly fine. Another one, which I am showing you, whichever you like. So there are two ways, both giving same result. So both approaches are good as long as we are getting the right result. Harika, I think you are getting same result that CHN China. You can use 75 in a way. Finally, Jagdish comes up with a lot of tweaks, and however, he is getting the country name ready. So it is not impossible. You see, Abhimanyu, you can do that. Provided you are getting the right country code first. You will find the country name, no problem with that. But are you getting the right country code? Your code is not getting that. Okay, so I hope it is going the way it was meant to. Two questions. There are two different methods. Question number 3: which language its country is official and spoken by 80 to 90% of people? Okay, fantastic. Okay, let's break for a while and we'll continue in some time. Meanwhile, do one thing if you have not done this already. Install Notepad++ or Notepad Sharp, maybe Notepad++. So you will be having my utility itself. Okay, so we resume at some 11:26. Have a break of 10 minutes. Meanwhile, install Notepad++ if you don't have it already. Okay, and you will keep your SQL queries on this Notepad++. Okay, guys, then see you there. Hi again. Hope everybody is back. Just please ping me quickly, those who are here. Okay. Muzamil, I would want you to keep this chat box to public. Okay. Don't reply to me in private unless and until it is specifically necessary. Okay. So that others will know. What about others? I see very few people back by now. It's time, guys. Okay. Let's come to question 3. So that's pretty straightforward. Which language is its official language and spoken by 80 to 90%? So if you pay attention to, there are conditions inherent. And कैसी condition है? Which kind of condition is this? There are conditions in this statement. It is yes. There is not only between condition, it is beyond that. There, yes, it is between also, and then there is and condition on top of that. It is saying which language is country's official language. Okay, it should be official. That's one. And at the same time, it should be spoken by what percentage of people? Between 80 to 90. How do you do that? Could you fetch the query? Okay. Okay, Abhimanyu, just in a moment. After this question, I'll let you share the screen. Is it doing the job? Jyotish, Abhimanyu, more or less, it is the same thing you have done. Is official is equal to true. Okay, Jagdish, very well. Manohar, you have written the percentage, but you have not taken into account. You have not taken into account whether it is official or not. Your question demands that it should be official also, and very fine. So more or less, this kind of result you must be getting. Is official should be true, and percentage should be between 80 and 90. So if we check count of these, if I check count of these, there should be 26 languages. You are getting that? It gives you the data of 26 rows. You must be getting it like in which country, which is official language, and it is spoken by population between 80 to 90%. Yes, Abhimanyu, you are presenter now. And just 1 moment. You want to select language, is official from country language, where is official is true, and yes, Shubhangi, pretty much clear. See the difference. The only difference is I am selecting all the records. I want country code, language is official, percentage. I want to see everything in my record. You are choosing particular columns, which is language and whether it is official or not. Only 2 columns. So your result will be giving 2 columns only. Logic is perfectly fine. All set. So okay, Manohar, you are next. For now, Abhimanyu, you are presenter. What do you want to show? Go ahead.
So can you see my screen? Actually, I have doubt in second question, sir. Okay.
Yep, visible, please.
Sir, in this question, when I जब मैंने अपनी क्वेरी को थोड़ा सा शॉर्ट किया, so उसके बाद जैसे इसको मैं एक्सिक्यूट करने का कोशिश कर रहा हूँ. So the number of cities is 363, but the country code beside it is 8BW. Why it is coming not accurate, not according to that, sir? Because if we
you have shortened the query, but you have lost the logic of the query. You want to select a country code, very fine, and then you want to write maximum number of cities. That's also perfectly fine. Now the number will be the maximum number of cities, that is 363, so it is coming up correctly. But country code, it will by default choose first country code. You are displaying one summary value, and against that you want country code also. It is just printing the country code, which is the first one, by the way. Yeah, alphabetically it must be first country code, so it is printing that.
So how we can, sir, select the country code according to the number of cities? How can we select that?
That's what we have done. No, check the queries below. There is a query by Manohar.
Way, sir. Can you tell me? मतलब आप Yeah, but sir, it is completely different now. So actually, if you could correct mine one also, so it would be better. It would be good to me for understanding this.
See, I would only be able to correct it if there is a certain logic inherent there. Okay, drop me in the chat box. Let's tweak it out. Let's see what's happening. There is certain things going wrong in this. You are using nested query. See the result of the nested query first. Just select the that part of nested query. Only nested query. From this select
This one?
and up to country code. Okay, leave it. Maybe drop in the chat box. I'll show you what could be done. What is happening wrong, that I can mention. Your intention is to print the country code and maybe the highest, maybe the number of cities what your nested query is doing. You want to select country code, count country codes as number of cities, from city, group by country code. So far so good. It will print all the countries and the number of cities in those countries. But you have not ordered by, so it is giving in order of, by default it is giving in order of country code, the variable it has grouped by with. So first is ABW, then AFG, then AGO, and so on. So it is coming in order of country codes, and it is showing you number of cities. Now go ahead and see what you want from the parent query. What do you want from the parent query?
So country which has highest number of cities.
No, drop me the query. No, it is not working that way. Drop me the complete query. Okay. So you have used, see again, you people are making it tough for yourself. I have already told it, you will confuse yourself. It is not going to help. Do it stepwise, one step at a time. Maybe make use of that control B facility. You are going to confuse yourself with these kind of cluttered code. You chose this kind of thing. Okay, this is giving you countries list along with their number of cities. Your nested query, let's call it, okay, T1 table, anything you can call it. And from this T1 table, what do you want to fetch now? You want to fetch a country code and you want to fetch the maximum number of cities. You are not telling it which country code. Is it the same country code where this maximum number of cities? Where is the condition?
Yes, sir. Yes, that is what I am asking, sir. Yes.
You got the problem. So you are wanting a country
but
code.
How can we?
It doesn't know which country code. So by default,
which has the maximum.
So there should be condition, no, where this maximum number of cities is equal to something, or is it maximum? That kind of thing. You want just to see, you are trying to print two things. You want to print a country code and you want to print the maximum number of cities. It is printing both. It is printing maximum number of cities, which is this one. You asked it to print a country code. It doesn't know which country code you are asking. Is it the same country code for which this number of cities is maximum? If you want it that way, then I think there should be a where condition here. It is not there. Getting the idea?
Yes, sir. So, sir, can you correct it by using this where clause or something else? Can you correct it?
It would make use of two things. Either limit, I have already done that. It would either it will use, you see this kind of What they have done the same thing. You see, this having clause, somebody has used that. Check this out. No, they have also used the same thing. So far, there is a nested query which counts number of cities. So there are number of cities. Then they are saying having number of cities. How many number of cities? Max number of cities. Which is 363. Okay. Now they are doing what? Let's group it by, and the condition, it should be having number of cities equal to how much? How much? The same max number of cities, 363. They don't want to put it like 363. And now fetch that country code and the count of number of cities, how many they are. Getting the idea? Now there is having condition. So the country code will be according to having condition. It is coming already.
Okay, sir.
Fair?
Fine, sir. Fine.
Maybe.
So, sir, in my query, can we use group by function again, so that the country code could be according to the maximum number of cities? Is it possible?
Group by again. See, it is not about grouping by again, it is about the logic. You just saw two ways. One is by nested query, which they have, which is done by Manohar. Another is this one. I'm not getting the idea that for one, your logic is altogether wrong. Now, I'm not getting the idea. Why do you want to tweak
Okay,
that
sir.
particular wrong logic altogether when there is altogether two better logics there, which you can correlate with?
Okay, sir. Fine, sir. Fine. Got your point, sir.
Fine. So let's put the crunch together. No, first the basic idea got wrong there. And now doesn't matter how much we tweak out, we will either we will end up with a very complex query. The better way is let's think of something else together. Q4. It says in India. What does it say? Okay, let's talk about India. And within India from Maharashtra. Who are the people here who belong to Maharashtra? There are people here, no? There's a question for you people. Could you answer it by your GK? If you don't have to go to database, do you know how many cities or maybe districts are there in Maharashtra? Okay. Manohar, is it GK or is it query? Is it SQL? What do you want? Select something. Let's leave it to asterisk. So this is another trick I play sometimes when I don't understand everything in the first go. Let's start structuring the query. So select asterisk. I have left it to all the details. I will tweak that out later. From which table? I think the city table. Where? Where? I think it is asking about district is equal to Maharashtra. Now let's put together. It is asking how many cities have been. So it is not talking about all the details. It is talking about perhaps the count of cities. Okay, 35 by okay, 35 by database, 41 by GK. That's good. Right? Got the idea? And if very, I mean, it is a good sign to see. If you are that skeptical, well, I was not, but you are giving me a pointer. Maybe there is an inherent condition where what? I think the country code should be IND. Who knows? We don't know. There may be another Maharashtra somewhere in a very remote corner of the globe. There may be another Maharashtra. We don't know. So yeah, let's specifically talk about India because question says so. Good to see. Good to see. Good to see by Jagdish. Good to see by Jyoti. Very fine. Going good. Question 5. Which country has maximum population? And okay, the population is taken as the population of the country table. Okay, according to country table, we are talking about. So this time we are talking about country table. Give me a moment there. Okay, let's begin again. Okay, thank you guys. Thanks a lot. Yes, I'm so glad to be part of this. Okay, question 5. Many of you have dropped this query. It is as simple as that. Simply put, it is maximum population and name of the country. So a query as simple as this could serve the purpose. Something wrong happening here? Yes, you are choosing max population. It doesn't know which name. Max population, it will show max population. It doesn't know that name has to be respective to that max population. It doesn't work that way. अभी बात हुई थी. We were just discussing the same thing. Meanwhile ago. अभिमन्यु लड़ पड़ा था मेरे से थोड़ी देर पहले. You were watching.
अरे नहीं सर, कैसी बात कर रहे
No, just kidding.
ऐसे ना बोलो सर, just doubt था.
That's fine. That's fine. Perfectly fine. Okay, maybe this will work. Now I want to select. I want to see name and I want to see population from country table. Where there is a certain condition true. What is the condition? That population is equal to what? Population is equal to what this nested query is returning. We have seen that umpteen number of times, no? This nested query is returning a population. So either I could have done, I will tell you one more thing, we call it hard coding and soft coding. Hard coding and flexible coding, in fact. Just think about it. If I calculate population and I copy paste this number, I put this number manually here, this hard number, 1277, whatsoever it is. What I am doing is I am making this code hard. Getting the idea? In what sense it is called hard coding? In what sense it is hard? It is not flexible. Tomorrow there may be another country which may be having higher population, right? So I will have to manually change these values. I will edit this, I will come to maybe some other terms, and so on. So this code is not flexible. Which one is the flexible code? Think about this. Does that matter tomorrow if my tables are updated? Let them be updated. I'm not worried about it. My code will do the same job. You are getting the idea of hard and flexible coding? I discussed this earlier also. So now my code is working just perfectly fine. So this is flexible coding. So it is always a good idea. It is considered always a better approach if your code is flexible. Hard coding is one of the least desired features in a code. Now we see the highest population is something and country name is obviously China. Obviously China. We Indians have not surpassed them yet. Although we are struggling with all our zeal. Maybe someday we will be the proud first. At least in this field. Okay, let's go to next question. Which language is spoken in the maximum number of countries? Okay, there is a tweak here. Somebody, please do the smart thing. Somebody, please. And here it is. If it is, I don't know if this query is correct. Okay, notify this and this is Steven. Okay. Okay. Okay, several approaches. Let's see them one by one. Select language and count the country codes as GCC. From country language, group by all together in a single line. Whose code was that? Again, Jagdish. No, not Jagdish. It was Jyoti. Array. Trying to put everything in one line will confuse you sooner or later. Okay, anyway, as you wish. Do your wish. If you can take care of things, I am happiest person. Group by language, order by CCC, descending and limit 1. I think it could have been that simple. Let's select language. Let's count country codes. Group by language, so that now we will have the number of countries this language is being spoken in. Since you have grouped by and you are aggregating on count. Order by count of country codes in descending order. So which one will be on the top? I think the highest spoken language. And limit 1. Limit 1 means show only the single result. And it is doing perfectly fine. There could be another way, like Abhimanyu has done. So Abhimanyu, nothing wrong as long as the result is correct. Have a look if the result is the same. And as it happens, it is the same. So both are good approaches. Could you guys try question number 7? Mozammel, please drop your mail ID now. I'm about to send a mail. I need your mail ID now. Anybody else? I think there was somebody. If Bharat, you are here. Bharat, please drop your mail ID. Anybody else whose mail ID is yet to be added to my mailing list? I'm about to mail something to you people. I think then there is nobody left. I'm having mail ID of everybody and I'm going to send a mail across to everybody. Okay, let's do one thing. I have sent you people a mail. Just check it out. What does it talk about? Meanwhile, I'll mention you. I'll walk you through. You will receive some 5 data sets. Guys, it is becoming a nuisance. So please don't do that. I have repeated it umpteen number of times. As soon as you log in, please check your name. Are you logged in with the correct name? Henceforth, I'm not going to ask. I'll give a go ahead directly. You will be dismissed. I will not even speak of the people who are joining with random name. Caller 1, caller 2. You are using regular devices, no? Why can't you edit that into one particular, your proper name? You are using a laptop and you are using your phone at the very best. Very well. Coming back to the agenda, you will receive 5 datasets. Out of these 5, one is the fact table, which is named market fact, and then other 4 are dimension tables. So a typical star schema, right? Then it contains a problem statement. It will ask you for certain tasks. It will also give you certain hints. Okay, it is giving you some hints that you create a database. It should be named Superstore DB. Please keep these things in mind that variable names should be the same, because if everybody will keep tweaking this out, it becomes tough for you people to coordinate among yourself, and you will need to coordinate, by the way. Okay, so keep these names same. Follow these judiciously. So create a database, and then it is giving you hints how to import these tables. Remember how did you create this employee database? Create table, var this that, then insert into this that. Well, you would not need it to do that. Actually, there is an easy way. There is a directly table data import wizard. So you will find it out. There are links which will help you, and you can directly import that Excel file into that. Oh my god. So why didn't you tell us earlier? I wanted you to struggle. Or want to kill me? Go ahead. Okay, so you are not needed to do everything manually. Your MySQL workbench will help you through these things. Okay, so go through this link and you will learn how to use this table data import wizard. Then begins the real job. Once your database is in place, so DDL part is already taken care of. Now it comes to what an analyst is supposed to do. Understanding the data in hand. So there are certain instructions. So there are all in all 10 questions. Okay, regarding pertaining to data understanding, basic analysis, advanced analysis. So that's what I'm interested in, this task 1 and 4th. Fair? Then there is but one catch. One catch in question number task 3, question C. There is a typo here. You don't have to worry about this part. Maybe I will tweak this out later. Okay, so maybe you can strike it off somewhere to remember. What this question is asking you, it is asking you what is the least profitable category, subcategory, and where it is shipped the most. So you have to come up with only 2 things, rest you don't have to worry about. What is this product subcategory, which is least profitable, and where it is shipped the most? What is the location to which it is shipped maximum number of times? So this part you can omit. You can also ignore this note. There is also typo. It says you can hard code. No, you cannot actually. Remember, we are just done talking about hard coding. It is not advisable. It is not a good thing. It is just a typo here. Okay? So you are not expected to hard code. You will create a flexible code. All good? Fantastic? Getting it? Ready to jump? Excited? I would expect submissions by Monday evening. You will create you will create this query file like this. You will create a query file like this, just like you do in SQL, and you can save this file, just Control S, and it will be saved as a .sql file. So you can create that. So maybe you can use that. If you don't want to use that, you can use Notepad++ file, and you can copy paste your queries here, question by question. So even that will do. Either way, both are okay. Okay, so all the best. Don't delay, don't skip. There is penalty if you delay your submission. Okay, to submit well within deadlines.
Hello, sir.
Yes, Ashu.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. So my question is the question task 1A part. We have to write the data in our words with the limit of 500 words. Task 1, question 1.
Task 1, question word limit is 500. Yes, you have to describe the data. You have 5 files. You may go through it, try to think about it, what this data is talking about. Get a feel of that.
Okay, sir.
Whom can this data belong to? Who can be your client? What are they trying to explain in this data? Okay, it is that kind of thing. Word limit 500, it does not mean that you have to go to find 500. Be crispy and crunch. Okay, so that's fun. Excited? Anxious? Are you anxious? Is it so? Anybody? You're not panicking, right? It is your first graded assignment. Okay, let's help you out. Let's help you out. One thing which you can do is you can always refer to that MySQL tutorial. You know that. Second thing is I would want to see that your WhatsApp group to become a hailstorm of brainstorming. Okay, there should be questions and answers. Don't be shy. Don't be modest. Drop your questions and answer and help others too. Now, by question and answers, I don't want you people asking directly queries. Don't drop me a question that what would be the query for this question, and somebody responding to that. Don't do it that way, okay? But if yes, you are facing some difficulty, and if you are not finding a function, maybe you can help your peers. You will just give them you just point them in the right direction that there is a function named this. Maybe you can try that. Then the onus is on the asker to explore that function. It's Monday, Aditya. It's Friday today, so you have 3 days straight. Yes, Muzammil. Can somebody do that? Or because I have sent many things, I have sent links in between. Can somebody compiling all these things which I was sending, please send that all together to Muzammil. Please somebody create a repository kind of thing. Can somebody volunteer? Yes, you can either use Notepad, Notepad++, Notepad Sharp, or you can use a .SQL file. You will have to comment it all together. Don't forget to comment. If you are writing in SQL file, there should be proper comments. It should be hash sign. I will not edit your hash sign to run your code. Nobody will do that. Okay? I will just forward your code. Somebody will check it, run it. They don't know that whether it should be a comment or it should be a code. Okay? So create a proper commented file. It can be Notepad. That is irrespective. So they will just have to copy paste your code. That can do. Okay, people. Let's call it a day. All the best. Happy weekend. What happy weekend now? You have tied around an assignment around our neck. Anyway, it would be fun. Yes, kind of happy weekend, kind of assignment weekend. Okay, very welcome everybody. Goodbye. Take care of
Alok sir,
yourself. Yeah, I will be staying. I will be staying. I'm not leaving. I'm just turning off recording. I'm just saying bye to those who don't have any query. So bye bye to those.